You ever notice all those brand new pickups stacked up at the dealership lot collecting dust? Yeah, buddy, it's a total dumpster fire. Some of these models rolled into the market talking big about revolutionizing the truck game with Super Bowl ads, influencer test drives with free BBQ and cold Bud Light. But when push came to shove, where'd all the buyers go? Vanished. The automakers are desperate, throwing under-the-table discounts around like confetti, halting production, doing financial gymnastics to avoid admitting they screwed the pooch big time. And the American who bought one of these trucks, thinking they were getting the deal of the century. They're crying in the shower, watching their equity evaporate faster than ice cream on a Phoenix summer afternoon. Stick around till the end because I'm going to show you the pickups that turn into absolute nightmares at dealerships in 2026. The ones nobody wants, even if they're practically giving them away. And look, the last one on this list is going to blow your mind because it's a truck you'd never imagine being in this mess, losing value every single day. Before we get into it, if you're into Nobius truck content without the dealer sales pitch, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Drop a comment below with which truck you think is going to show up on this list. Let's dive in, because this rabbit hole goes deep. Honda Ridgeline, the one that nobody takes seriously. The Ridgeline is having its worst year ever in the American truck market in 2020, and that's brutal, because Honda's been trying to crack the pickup code since 2005. Even after the complete redesign a few years back, sales keep tanking. In the first quarter of this year, they barely moved 9,000 units, while the Ford Maverick, which plays in a similar lifestyle truck space, sold over 40,000. Just to put that in perspective, that's more than 4 times the volume. That's not competition. That's a massacre. But why the hell did the Ridgeline flop so hard? First off, truck guys don't trust it. The unibody construction, basically. It's built like a crossover, not a real body-on-frame truck. Makes hardcore buyers laugh it off the lot. Real truck people want something that can take abuse, and the Ridgeline just screams suburban mall crawler instead of workhorse. Plus, the styling is weird. That truck bed with the in-floor storage is cool, in theory, but the overall design looks like a Honda Pilot that got stretched in the back. It doesn't have that tough, aggressive look that American truck buyers want. Another major issue is the powertrain. The 3.5-liter V6 making 280 horsepower is fine for grocery runs, but it's weak sauce compared to the Turbo 4s and V6 South the competition offers. And here's the Kikirno diesel option, no hybrid option. And the towing capacity maxes out at 5,000 pounds. That's pathetic when you got the Maverick hybrid getting 40 mpg and the Tacoma pulling 7,000 pounds. Honda clearly missed the memo on what truck buyers actually want. They sat there thinking their reputation for reliability would carry them, while Ford, Toyota, and Chevy kept innovating with better engines, higher tow ratings, and way more capable off-road trims. For Honda to turn this around, they'd need to completely scrap the Ridgeline and build a real truck on a body-on-frame platform with serious towing capacity and a diesel or hybrid option. Without that, the Ridgeline's gonna keep collecting dust instead of hauling loads. And yo, if you're digging this no-nonsense content, drop a like and comment which truck you think is coming up next. Nissan Titan, a forgotten full-size that nobody remembers exists. The Nissan Titan used to have a fighting chance in the full-size truck segment. Back in the day, it actually competed with the F-150, Silverado, and Ram. But in 2026, the Titan sold less than 3,000 units nationwide, while the F-150 moved over 60,000. That's not even a contest. That's total irrelevant. What the hell happened? Even with the updated styling and the decent 5.6-liter V8 making 400 horsepower, the Titan is stuck in the past. The interior feels cheap compared to the competition, the technology is outdated, and the fuel economy is trash, averaging 13 mpg in the city when rivals are hitting 18 to 20 with turbocharged engines. Beyond that, the resale value is in the toilet. Titans depreciate faster than any other full-size truck because nobody wants them on the used market. And don't even get me started on the dealer network issues. Parts take forever, service is inconsistent, and good luck finding a tech who actually knows these trucks. Another deal breaker is the price. Mid-level Titan trims are pushing $55,000 to $60,000, putting them in the same range as way better trucks like the Ram 1500 or F-150. But here's the thing, those trucks offer way more features, better towing, better tech, and way better resale. With an outdated platform, terrible depreciation, and a weak dealer network, it's crystal clear why the Nissan Titan is rolling on dealer lots with desperate discounts. Some dealers are offering 8 to 10 grand off MSRP just to move inventory. And even then buyers are walking away. GP Gladiator, the Wrangler wannabe that costs too damn much. G-bet big on the Gladiator take, the legendary Wrangler. Slap a bet on the back and sell it to off-road enthusiasts who need a truck. Seemed like a slam dunk, right? Wrong. In 2026. Gladiator sales are circling the drain. In March, they sold under 4,000 units. That's pathetic for a Jeep product. Why did the Gladiator crash and burn? Despite having a solid 3.6-liter V6, making 285 horsepower, and legit off-road chops, the Gladiator suffers from massive identity confusion. It's not practical enough to be a real work truck. The bed is way too short at 5 feet, so you can't haul full sheets of plywood or drywall, but it's also too expensive to be a toy, with prices starting at $50,000 and climbing past 70 grand for the Rubicon trim. To make things worse, the fuel economy is abysmal. We're talking 15 mpg combined, which is unacceptable in 2026 when even big trucks are hitting better numbers. And the ride quality is harsh as hell because it's still got that Wrangler solid axle setup, great for rocks, terrible for highway cruising. And get this, the depreciation is brutal. Gladiators that sold for 65 grand 2 years ago are now worth 45,000 on the used market. 20 grand gone in 2 years. That's a clear sign. The market doesn't want these things. The dude who bought a Gladiator at launch thinking it was going to hold value. Like a Wrangler is now underwater on his loan and can't get out. If Jeep wants to save the Gladiator, they need to either make it more practical with a longer bet and better MPG, or cut the price by 15 grand. Until then, it's just another overpriced Jeep product collecting dust. And look, if this video is saving you from making a $50,000 mistake, subscribe and hit that bell, because I drop content like this every week. The electric flex that nobody can afford. When GM brought back the Hummer name as an all-electric super truck in 2022, the hype was insane. 9,000 pounds, over 1,000 horsepower, crab walk mode, removable roof panels. It looked like the future of trucks. But fast forward to 2026, and the Hummer EV is an absolute sales disaster. They're selling less than 500 units a month, and dealers can't get rid of them. Why? Let's start with the obvious. The price is completely insane. The base model starts at $80,000, and the fully loaded Edition 1 models are still sitting on lots for 110 grand or more. That's Porsche money for a truck that weighs as much as a small house and gets stuck in tight parking garages. Sure, it's quick in a straight line with that crazy crab walk mode and WTF acceleration. But 99% of buyers don't need or want that. They want a truck that can tow, haul, and not bankrupt them on insurance and electricity bills. And here's the real kicker: the range sucks for a truck this expensive. You're getting maybe 250 miles on a full charge in ideal conditions. But add a trailer or cold weather, and that drops to like 150 miles. Good luck taking this thing on a road trip or using it for actual work. Plus, the charging infrastructure still isn't there for heavy EVs. So you're stuck waiting an hour at a fast charger just to get back on the road. The result? Dealers are offering massive discounts. We're talking 20 to 30,000 off sticker, and still nobody's biting. The Hummer EV is the ultimate case of GM building a hype machine instead of a practical truck. Unless you're a tech bro with money to burn and a short commute, this thing is a total waste. Comment below. Do you know anyone dumb enough to actually buy one of these? Hivya Egi Umte, the Silicon Valley truck. That real truck guys ignore. Rivian came out swinging with the R1T, trying to be the Tesla of trucks, premium electric and packed with tech, and for a hot minute, it worked. Early adopters were all over it, but in 2026, reality hit hard. Sales are down, inventory is piling up, and the hype is completely dead. The R1T rolled out with some genuinely cool feature squad motors, over 800 horsepower, a gear tunnel for storage, a built-in camp kitchen. On paper, it's sick. But in practice, it's a $75,000 lifestyle accessory that can't compete with real trucks. The towing capacity maxes out at 11,000 pounds, which sounds decent until you realize that kills your range. Tow a camper and you're getting maybe 100 miles before you need a recharge? That's a non-starter for anyone who actually uses their truck for work or recreation. And here's the thing that really kills the R1T. It's not built for the truck market. It's built for tech nerds who want to flex at Whole Foods. The bed is tiny at 4.5 feet. The ride height is too low for serious off-roading despite the air suspension. And the software-driven controls are annoying as hell when you just want to adjust the damn climate control. Plus, Rivian's service network is a joke. If something breaks, you're waiting weeks for a mobile tech to show up, or you're shipping the truck to a service center hundreds of miles away. The depreciation is scary too. Early R1Ts that sold for 85 grand are now trading for 60,000 or less. Rivian is bleeding cash, cutting prices, and dealers are stuck with inventory. They can't move. If you bought an R1T thinking it was the future, congrats, you just lost 25 grand in 2 years. And before we get to the last one, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now and drop that like because the final truck is going to shock you. Ford F-150 Lightning, the electric truck that Ford can't sell. Now here's the one I promised at the beginning. The truck you'd never imagine being in this mess. The Ford F-150 Lightning, the all-elected version of America's best-selling truck, was supposed to change the game. 4G went all in, built a massive factory, and promised this would be the EV that finally made electric trucks mainstream. But in 2026, the Lightning is an absolute disaster. Sales have collapsed, production has been cut repeatedly, and dealers are sitting on months of unsold inventory. Even with Ford's reputation and the F-150 name, nobody wants them. Why? First, the price is a deal. The base Pro model starts at $60,000, and the good trims with decent range push $80,000 to $90,000. That's rammed TRX and F-150 Raptor money. Except those trucks can tow across the country without range anxiety. The Lightning's max towing capacity is 10,000 pounds, which sounds okay until you hook up a trailer and watch your range drop to 80 miles. That's unusable for real truck work. And here's the core problem: identity crisis. The Lightning tried to be everything to everyone and ended up being mediocre at all of it. It's not cheap enough to compete with the Maverick Hybrid, it's not capable enough to replace a real F-150, and it's not cool enough to justify the Tesla Cybertruck money some trims are asking. Plus, Ford's dealer network screwed it up. Dealers marked them up 20 to 30 grand over MSRP early on, pissing off customers, and now those same dealers are stuck with inventory. They're discounting 15 grand just to move. The used market is even worse. 2-year-old Lightnings are selling for 50 cents on the dollar because nobody trusts the battery longevity or wants to deal with charging a truck. Ford bet the farm on EVs and the Lightning specifically. But traditional truck buyers aren't ready to give up gas and diesel, and EV buyers don't want a truck. The result? Ford is stuck with a product that doesn't have a market. If you bought a Lightning thinking it would hold value like a regular F-150, you just learned an expensive lesson. Until charging infrastructure gets way better and prices drop significantly, the Lightning is going to keep piling up on dealer lots. As you've seen, it doesn't matter if you've got a legendary name, cutting-edge tech, or a massive marketing budget. The American truck market is ruthless. And when the price doesn't match reality or when the product doesn't deliver what buyers actually need, the result is brutal. Dead inventory, billions in losses for automakers, and a huge red flag for anyone thinking about buying. Before you drop 60, 70, 80 grand on a pickup, you better do your homework check. The resale values, read owner forums, and see what kind of discounts dealers are offering. In 2026, a lot of fancy trucks with big promises are turning into financial sink. So if you're thinking about buying one, take your chimney, do the research. Or you might end up like these folks who bought on hype and regretted it hard. If this video saved you from making a massive financial mistake, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and comment which of these trucks you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Catch you next time.